Most often I go down, they hear plenty English on top this matter we concern Dangote and these bodies, whether Pengasan or Nupeng, these bodies that control both the upstream and downstream sector in the oil and gas environment or community. I won't break them down to the BRS minimum so that you can understand them. That they are back and forth. Dangote go talk, Nupeng go answer, Pengasan go answer. Make I break them for you so that you can understand what they happen. Dangote is capitalizing on the inefficiency of the government to do his business in the oil and gas sector. And for the first time, I go support them on this one. Because government has failed. Since the discovery of oil, what have people done to make sure that we stamp our foot to confit. We stamp our foot strong in the oil and gas community worldwide. That we are noted, say, now oil and gas, now this country use the stand well, gidiba. We have not done anything, no. We import petroleum products. A person are here with they get crude oil. We go sell our crude oil, import petroleum products that came out from the crude oil that we sold out at a high price. And then we'll now come and put subsidy so that it can be affordable to Nigerians. And now they don't come out the subsidy. So everybody is now suffering. Dangote is capitalizing on the inefficiency of government to make business in the oil and gas sector. I go play one video for you now. English, you go hear plenty English. You go hear back and forth. You go hear from Dangote side. You go hear from Pengasan or Nupeng or whatever they call them. Those ones that control upstream, downstream in the oil and gas industry. You go hear from them. But my job now to make a break and that so you can understand them. Obasanjo be sell our refineries as he be know the work. He sell and give individuals. When Yaradua came on board, NNPC and these bodies now where they run up and down, they go confuse what to be the Yaradua. See, collect this thing from these people, no sell and give. Collect it to be inefficient. Collect who can manage it. They revoked it from them and gave it back to NNPC, where they manage. Part of the people who buy the refineries that we are talking about today that is not working, Dangote follow. He followed by him because he wanted to invest in that sector. As far back as during the time that Yaradua was president. Then collect them from him. Pipe loan, and they do in cement business and other things. They go. They scandalize everything about our refineries. When Tinubu came on board, hey, want to revitalize, hey, want to revive it, hey. They spent money. All the money pumped into making sure that this refinery comes to life. If they tell them how much in billions of dollars, he passed waiting Dangote use build the own refinery. What did they spend to revive? Say, maintenance. Hey, this one. Hey, wait. What did they spend in billions of dollars? In big part. What did Dangote use build the refinery? 26 billion dollars, of which he borrowed 15 billion. Because even the refinery itself, the worth of the refinery is higher than Dangote's worth as a billionaire in the world. He got borrow money now. And he borrowed the money with the shares, his own shares in his cement industry. Are you getting it? Now they fight now what they happen now. They say Dangote wants to Colombia everywhere. He wants to do production, he wants to do supply, he wants to do retail, he wants to do everything. Why? Because Baba go buy trucks. They say now 1,000 will be 200. I don't know how many he said they buy. But say they okay, no, they say he buy 10,000, but they don't deliver 2,000. And na CNG powered. You know they use fuel, na CNG, compressed and natural gas, na clean energy. Now they use. These people now, Petron, Nupeng, all of them. That's how they control the tankers. They say no. Why would you want to come and be this supply? Oh, no, leave supply for us. Do only production. Now where the fight start from? Now with the year now say supply of crude oil to Dangote, they don't block him. Say Nigeria will no longer give him crude oil. So Dangote is left at the mercy of US and others that he import crude oil from. What does that tell you? Very soon, fuel now can manage at 1,000 at 900. He go soon reach 2,000 naira. That is where we are driving to now. Because crude oil, they don't cut them off. They say they don't go supply them again. Let me now carry you out. If I don't talk too much, let me carry you go now so that you go hear the plenty English when they talk for the video, you go use your sense to understand what they talk for there. I beg, watch this video to the end. If it long, but watch it so you go understand what they happen in your country. Not be every time short video. Watch this long one, understand what is happening, so that you go know. When it start happening, you go know say, see as it takes start to, you know go see my face again. Watch this video, see their back and forth, see the arguments, and then drop your own view in the comment section. I go see you later. Shall watch this video.
The reality here is that there is an attempt by a corporate organization to consolidate the power of refining, storing, distributing, and eventually owning retail outlets. And that will be so much power consolidated in the hand of one company that will now even answer to the question of energy security. And energy is a major issue, even in times of war.
Mr. Gilly Harris, Dangote has no plans to own retail stations.
Yes.
He has no plans to own retail stations. He's in the ministry, he has no plans to own retail stations.
I'm not addressing you, Mr. Kelvin. Mr. Kelvin, I'm not addressing you. You don't own a station. I don't know if you have any facility that will be working in the downstream. But you are speaking on behalf of a refiner. So focus on your PR job, and then let us get.
Mr. Gilly Harris, you were the same person. You were the same person that said that Dangote Refinery was selling PMS to Nigerians. Remember, you were the same person. You were on record. Arise TV can play a record of your interview.
I'm not
when you claim
you, please.
That Dangote Refinery was working and was producing.
You can play.
Refinery, NNPC spent $1.45 billion of Nigeria's hard-earned money and wasted the money. And why is that refinery today? You are not Gilly Harris. Petrol lacks the moral integrity to talk about this industry. And you're talking about law.
Excuse me,
any law that you do not have. It's not law that should be obeyed by the players in the industry, because the government is the one that makes the law. It's not Petrol that makes the law. It's not Moment that makes the law. It's not government that makes the law. It's not the Lupreng that makes the law. It's not Pregnancy that makes the law. The government makes the law. The PIA supersedes any other law that marketers have decided within themselves operates or governs the industry.
All right, gentlemen, I think
let me
come in here.
Please,
sorry, Gilly Harris, let me come in here. It's not, we shouldn't come to fisticuff here. It's to exchange ideas so that those in authority and the people on the street will understand. But my question is, why is the Nigerian government selling crude oil to Dangote through third parties and thereby increasing the cost of production? And sometimes we'll have, a yo-yo pricing situation. Today is up, today is down, because of the vagaries of dollars in the international markets. Harry?
Is that question for me or for somebody else?
No, it's for you, Harry.
Okay, please tell your guest in the studio to be disciplined.
Harry, I have intervened in that area. I have intervened, all right? So thank you so much. Answer the question.
Now there is no time, to my knowledge, in the last few days, in the last few weeks, that the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, led by the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has decided not to sell crude oil to any refinery in Nigeria. I have asked the question, and we do not just base our interventions on just hearsays or suppositions. They're empirical, and we have values to be able to make Nigeria a better place. There is no time the government has made that decision, to my knowledge. And I have asked questions, and there was no positive response to that. The government has never at any time in the last few days said, to my knowledge, that crude oil is no longer going to be sold. So, but getting back to the old question that I was answering, it's very important that we understand that the industry is willing to be very supportive to Dangote refineries. And we want to do that with a simple collaborative method of stakeholders working with Dangote. Whether they are Meman or Dapman or Nupeng or Nogasa or Pengasin or NATO or Petron, we are willing to work with Dangote to ensure that he is successful.
All right, thank you very much, Gilly Harris. There, Kelvin, maybe you're going to take the final shots here. I remember sometime during the Yar'Adua administration, or before the coming of Yar'Adua administration, the refineries were actually sold to two private concerns in Nigeria, Dangote and I think Otedola and the rest. But shortly after, that decision was reversed. Has that been a big shortfall in the oil industry development in this country?
Okay, very good question you asked. And quickly, in 2006, the Bureau of Public Enterprise, Federal Executive Council approved a memo for BP to, privatize and sell the refineries off, because President Obasanjo had, invited Shell to come back, that built the first refinery in Nigeria with British Petroleum, and they refused. And they gave him reasons why they don't want to come back, And Kaduna Refinery, that has an installed capacity of 110,000 barrels per day, it has two CDUs, one 60,000 and another 50,000. The one of 60,000 can take heavy crude, only Venezuelan crude. 50,000 can take light Nigerian grade crude. Okay? It was sold to Chinese National Petroleum Corporation, CNPC, for $100 million. Right? The government later came back and said that the bid of CNPC was too low. So CNPC left. They went and they built a refinery in Niger Republic, close to the Agadez oil fields, right? And recently they had some issues with the Nigerian government. But they built a refinery as a substitute for what they wanted to do in Nigeria. Port Harcourt and Warri was sold to Blue Star Consortium, and that was reversed because Nupeng and Pengasin went to late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, God bless his soul, and told him that in the interest of national security and that he should not sell it to a private entity, the government should keep it. Well, since that time until now, they've spent $18 billion in maintenance of those refineries, and none of them are working. They're under lock and key. What they were doing in November and December last year, January, they claim was working. The show they put on, party they put on, and deceived Mr. President, right, was them blending naphtha condensates with C5 resins. The pipeline, that 40-kilometer pipeline that should take crude from Escravos through Chernobyl Creeks to Warri, was even not in operation. So how would you get crude? They spent $20.8 million in rehabilitating a jetty in Okrika. If you see the EPC sheet, about 460 pages, you see the inflation when you benchmark it to the cost of these things in other parts of the world. They cannot account for $2.9 billion that was borrowed through a forward sale agreement. In the intervening period, Nigeria has lost more than 2 trillion naira in subsidy payments where you cannot match bridging allowances with daily consumption volumes. Nigeria has lost another $6.8 billion in loans that they claim was owed to international traders who do a vendor financing program through crude oil swap for the domestic crude intervention stock. All these are questions that National Assembly is supposed to sit down and investigate. What happened to these monies? These monies are huge monies. You have a budget of 54 trillion. Mr. President cannot fund the budget. He has to borrow about 15.8 trillion naira to fund the budget. And here you have monies that are going missing. And nobody is accounting for it. So the coming of Dangote Refinery was because he said, okay, if the government will not sell these refineries, we'll go ahead and build. They went ahead and built. He spent 10 years investing in these refineries. He pledged his shares in Dangote Cement as a collateral to borrow money to invest in this refinery. He has been able to draw down that debt from $15 billion down to $3.8 billion today. Dangote is a national asset that should be commended. And Mr. President should designate Dangote Refinery as a critical national infrastructure. Because in the history of Nigeria, nobody has had the audacity, nobody has had the courage to break with the norm and invest in backward integration for the refining of petroleum products and crude oil in Nigeria.
For over a decade, this has been the birthplace of innovation. Innocent Vehicles is a testament to resilience, employing international best practices to create more than just a car. Every vehicle here tells a story of durability, fuel economy and safety. Crafted with the African spirit, the Nigerian heart. These vehicles surrounding me embody the unique concept of regionalization, each one designed to cater to the tastes and preferences of our people. From the streets in Nigeria to the terrains of the Sahara, these vehicles are designed for our roads, for our people. This is more than a vehicle. It's a symbol of our progress, our resilience, our collective success story. Your feedback drives us to continuously innovate and improve. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.